Steph, your thoughts after today's loss here in Portland?
Tough result. I thought we actually played a decent game, kept them at bay and frustrated them for the most part of the game. And then maybe about middle of second half, we started defending a little too much for my liking and weren't able to release pressure. That would have been needed, to maybe keep the ball for a little bit, or at least just keep them away from our goal and give our defenders a little bit of rest. And we weren't able to achieve that, and then ultimately cracked, which is unfortunate. Like I said, I think the guys put in a good shift. Tough week for us in terms of traveling and everything, but would have been really nice to end that spell with what I say is a deserved point, but going home empty-handed sucks.
When defending a ton, how difficult was it with two different changes in the back line?
Yeah, it's tough, and it's difficult because they're important players. Nuhu and obviously Kim as well, and maybe substitutions we could have used later in the game to give us a bit of a spark up top, to potentially get a little bit more possession up top. So when you're forced into those substitutions, then it makes it difficult. But for the guys that came on, Jordan did well, and other guys as well. Like I said, I think it wasn't for lack of effort. We worked our butts off, but again, it's just there's a balance, right? You can't just defend at all times. We talked last year, the previous 2 years when we had good defensive spells, we were talking about bend but don't break. But if you keep bending without releasing a little bit of pressure, at some point you're going to snap. And today was one of those moments where we needed just a couple of spells of decompressing, and they never came. And unfortunately, it resulted in a goal for them.
From your standpoint, what worked so well to stifle Valeri, who's always dangerous against Seattle?
It's difficult to keep him quiet. He's one of the best players in the league, and he'll find ways. So it's just a matter of trying to make it as difficult as possible. Be smart. Perfect example is when they come down on a counter and he breaks on us, and I think it was Alex who took a really good tactical foul in the middle. Those are important plays, because, like I said, if you give him too many chances, or if you give him any chances, he usually punishes you. So we had our eye on him and made sure we would not give him too much, and didn't really matter in the end.
What do you hope to accomplish during this bye week?
Healthy bodies. Again, we've improved slightly in terms of getting people back from injury, but that bug still remains, and that's an issue for us. So people really need to take it upon themselves, I think, to do everything possible, everything in their power to get back. It's one thing for us to sit here and say, oh, if we had this and this player on the field, we would be playing better. Ain't going to help you squat. They need to be on the field. So I know our trainers are doing everything we can. We got to make sure as individuals we do everything we can, because time is slowly running out. We're getting pushed into a corner again, and we know how difficult it can be. Some people say we've been there before, so we are probably not sweating it. It doesn't make it any easier. So results have to come, and it starts with us players taking responsibility to make sure that we can get on the field, can stay on the field, and then when we are on the field that we take our chances and perform well.